Right, this is a weird feeling. We're finally at the last episode of The Expanse. I'm sort of like excited to watch it, then I'm sort of sad at the same time because until next season comes out, I won't be doing The Expanse for a while. It's going to be weird. Like, this has been one of my favorite times of the week is sitting down and watching an episode of Expanse. Like, it's been one hell of a journey. So how things started off with the cant. To where we are now is crazy. How much has happened in between, how important our cast of characters have gotten on the world stage, from just being typical minders with vague backstories to where they are now. It's been a fantastic ride. I do want to say thank you for everyone who's watched every single reaction up to this point, and anyone who's Patreoned for The Expanse. You guys have been amazing. Yeah, no, massive thank you. The watch time on this series, along with the likes, has been amazing. And I've enjoyed pretty much every episode of The Expanse. I've never sat down to an Expanse episode and finished it and felt that was boring. There's always something interesting going on. The pacing of the show is amazing. The threat levels have always been consistent. I love the way it's ramped up. The character arcs have been fantastic. It's probably one of the it's a show I started but never expected it to turn out to be my favourite live action show I've watched. I definitely can't think of a live action show I've preferred to The Expanse. And yeah, no, it's just been one hell of a journey, and yeah, thank you for everyone who's watched along. But other than that, things that you probably want to know, I'll be doing after I've done The Expanse, I'll be doing Battlestar Galactica. Once I've done Firefly, which I'm on episode 5-ish at the moment, I'll be replacing that with Farscape. But with Farscape, I think I'm only going to do a season, see how it performs, and then I'll continue. But with Battlestar Galactica, I'll definitely be doing that. And then Stargate's on my list as well. But yeah. Mate, I don't want this to end. I'm still going through the books. So technically, it's not ended fully. I get to re-experience up to book 4. And then I've got to wait for the next season, which I hope's out. I believe is if it wrapped up production or something. I know it. But yeah, this has been a joy to watch, guys. And let's enjoy this last episode. Oh, this is going to be really satisfying. Fuel pellet life.
Yes! We're good to go.
Hey. Now, what are the big downsides? There's always downsides.
Back online. The Edward Israel's too.
Edward Israel. This is the gunship Rocinante. I have target locked your drone.
Clear. Roger that, Papa Piccolo. Correcting orbit now.
Hey. That's cool.
We did it.
And we will make the Annas answer for what they did.
Yes. We will all answer for what we did.
There we go. I'm glad that she said that, because it was like, make the Innis people, which was like, no, we all need to answer for what we did. That's all.
Back on leaving. What were you doing?
Big brain Ashford on it again.
Find this ship. Put us on course for intercept.
Yes, boss man.
Maybe we just got another tip.
Which we've explored. Looks like everyone's in that mindset now.
Monaco feels the same.
It's weird how quickly everyone gave up
So
on
here's
Mars,
our brutes.
but I can see why.
Dependable in there. Searching for a way to vent his rage. He is smart. He is brave. Yes, very brave, but also very naive because he believes that violence is the only way to get what he feels.
It's mad how far Ashford's come, especially in his age as well.
Violence is indiscriminate. If you use it as a tool, it will do more than just kill your enemies. Sometimes it will kill the ones you love most.
That's speaking from experience there. I love him.
Brings our chance for all of us to stop
Every conversation he has, he just holds my attention.
all hatreds aside.
And me, too, of course.
That, unfortunately, is unavoidable.
It's a lot of money. Physical, so I did too. He took a bad tumble and that was it. I never meant to kill him.
Oh. Hey, that was a big part of the tension for a while. Oh, that's interesting. Still technically responsible though. Shouldn't be shaking someone down.
You should probably roll that a little tighter.
I love how shows don't forget about. The show just doesn't forget about plot points it sets up, and that's amazing. See, my only regret is leaving him alive is a big risk. But I fully understand why, because we're different from Mercury.
How you doing? Check it out. Maybe we can get a signal up there. Oh, and Amos. Don't kill him while I'm gone.
I will say, what I like about this, so normally I'm always against like keeping the so-called antagonist or someone alive when you've got them captured. But because of how well written the show is and how it's built up and showing us the sort of like not doing the jury thing and like people taking power into their own hands, it makes me fully understand why I think it's morally right that he doesn't kill Mercury, because if he does, that makes him equal to Mercury. Whereas in most shows, I'm just like, you're just being silly, just get rid of him, he's going to be a problem later. But lo and behold, most of the time they are a problem later, but because they've written it so well and how they've written Mercury's character into the story and how his personality is, I like that they've kept him alive, which is normally very different from my point of view in most shows.
Oh, he has it coming. I know, but it's important to me. Promise.
See, I'm with Holden. I normally wouldn't be with someone like that. I would normally not be behind this, but that bizarres me. They went down, didn't they? How did they end up at the top? Or did that just elevator take them? What the fuck? It's a whole fucking city. God, that thing did travel them far, didn't it? Fucking hell.
His repent. Maybe a lover, huh? Who grows food for your stocks? Yes, show your strength, but then show them a smile. And most will give you.
I fucking love this guy.
Is what makes him so dangerous.
We also danger.
The only problem is that most Belters haven't got any level of philosophy at all. There's a video I'm excited to watch it. This as well, actually. One of my favourite people who make like compilations did a video.
How does any of that help Mars?
That's a good question. Perhaps our Martian can help us with.
He's gonna be dead or something because of those guys. Oh no, he killed them. Fair enough.
Mars isn't dead. It's about to be writ large. Don't do it!
Oh, and then he's gonna kill him.
Rocinante. You're not a guest. You're a prisoner.
It was clear. Oh, mate. What a room to be in. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool looking. I love that. That looks sick. Mate, this show's amazing.
Hey.
I just love them. I'm just a sucker for those little things.
You okay?
Uh-huh. Fair play.
I'll make sure to note that in my report.
Ooh, a little bit of corruption from Holden.
All proto-molecule on Ilus is now completely inert.
I don't know. That's what makes him the...
Alien structures will remain inert as well. At the end
I
of the
think
day,
she should go on
the
trial.
real danger here is what we brought with us. The Belters and the RCE scientist team have decided to stay on the planet.
Like her and Mercury are just as bad as each other, in my opinion.
Scientific analysis.
Fuck's sake.
Nothing. Radio silence from here on out.
Oh, why did you put him down? Oh, fuck's sake, fam.
There's no need for this!
Fuck's sake. Mate, Bobby's a badass. That marine training comes in handy. So he just picked up the fucking phone, the idiot. Music's on point, fam. Yep, grenade. Or bomb.
Stop!
Bomb, fam, bomb. Fucking hell. Whoa, that looked really good. Oh, the door, shit. The door. Bobby! Oh, hopefully the girl comes back for her. Fucking.
Thank you, Mama.
Never forget that you are in our hearts. We're always here for you.
They got the reunion what Alex wanted.
Okay. You take care of them. They're your family now too.
I come visit you in space.
That's cute. They adopted
You
him.
do that. All of you. Goodbye.
Or took it, I should say.
Bye. We love you.
Make big steps to leave your family behind. Respects.
I don't see anything else down there.
Hey, finally dealt with it.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm gonna test it out right now.
Legend. What a geese. I hope he meant what I think he meant. Oh, he meant he's going to test out by beating the shit out of him. Either way, I like the last one more.
Lost your leg brace. I don't want to beat the shit out of you if you're gimpy.
Gimpy. Here we go.
We're fighting, are we?
Oh, it's one or tomorrow. One way of dealing with it.
You made me kill Wayne. I liked Wayne.
Fucking hell, hit him hard. Mate, that's a crazy look. That's terrifying. That was the fucking hell. That was the most terrifying look I've seen in a show. That would scare me to shitless.
Is going to change the arc of our species. I intend to dedicate my first term to fully opening the ring gates for exploration and
Bitch won.
colonization.
And I think we both need time to adjust.
We are on a break.
You're angry with me?
No. I just feel that,
I definitely agree the older actor was a lot better than he is for this role.
Please?
You should go alone.
The thing is, I think someone on Patreon mentioned it was just like, he's been with her that long, he should know what she's like. Otherwise he would never got with her. It's not like she's turned, her personality's changed. I guess there's some...
And all her peoples. Well, we disagree. One of us is wrong. I think it's you. But I hope it's me.
I love that's
a few things.
You are wrong, but I bloody hope it's me who's wrong.
What it's for, not yet, but it feels dangerous. Assuming your offer to work together is still open, I accept.
They're returning together.
I think we need each other.
A-team! Haha! Love it.
Bobby.
A-team, boy.
Timing sucks.
Mate, that timing does. Oh, I'm so glad they're getting back together though. I love those two together. They're my favourite. They're two sassiest women in the show.
Report.
Ashford's just saved a lot of lives.
All hands, we are under attack. Prepare to repel borders.
Hopefully none of Ashford men betray. That's my biggest fear. Oh, that's badass! That's sick. Oh, Max Payne over here, fam. That was awesome. What a badass. We've not really seen Ashford like in combat, have we? his men dead already. Shit fuckers. Fucking oh, sick. Can't see attack what's not coming. Fuck him up, Ashford. Wrecked. That was awesome. What a savage.
Philip. My son. Nothing you do now will stop what's coming.
Fuck.
Genuinely going to miss you.
You do know, Marco, that throwing rocks at Tycho Ceres will do little to
Mate,
harm
Ashford always there in the last minute.
Great. The only real victims there would be Belters. Those days are over.
Ashford, at least he's going. If he's going to go out, he's going to fuck them up. Fuck up them up with that message. When you go out like a boss.
the execution dock. I have come till he go to the execution block for to sail. I was sick and I
There we go.
but I vowed with my
No, how my opinion on him completely shifted. That's such a cool effect. No atmosphere. Oh, that was so well done. Fuck, man. Oh, I like Ashford so much. God damn it. Oh, enough of just watching it all drain. That's sending. At least he goes out like a fucking legend. Message sent. Oh, fucking hell. At least he got the word out there. I'm gonna miss him. His philosophy and every time he spoke, I just enjoyed.
I just trimmed tech. The others will never see them coming.
This Earthbound's getting fucked. You fuckers, that's just gonna start a world. Because it's Mars Tech on the fucking. Now there is a little AMV I wanted to watch. There's this guy who does anime compilations and he does like some TV shows and he's done an Expanse one. I've been wanting to watch it. It's like called Belters and I've been holding off. So I thought I'd watch it on reaction. Might as well. Guys, make sure you watch it. But I've been wanting to watch this ever since I saw it, just because I love this guy's AMVs, his anime ones. So I'm curious to see how this one goes. Let's give it a watch. I think it fits perfectly as well with Ashford's End. Is there any Expanse clips you want me to watch, by the way? Send them me, and I might do a video dedicated to it.
Does wanted me back on series, and I
God, this feels all so long since we saw Doors.
Back home. It's hard to find good people.
no future down his road. I prefer
The
it here.
music.
I saw something different in you. You know, I've got your back. I chose you.
Oh, the music's so good.
Done my better, I'm your captain. No one's going to change that.
My boy Ashford. Oh. I'm gonna miss him so much. Oh, mate, Ashford. Oh, he's just turned into my favourite character in the show.
Requesting permission to come aboard, Captain.
Mission granted.
Did I say no?
Kamina, you have nothing to worry about from me. I am here to be your first officer, and I have no problem.
Yeah, mate.
When the victim becomes the victorious, they adopt a uniform to show that they are.
I'm gonna miss this motherfucker.
Can do this, and that is just the beginning.
Ashford thinks he should have this command. You believe you should be in command?
Yeah, of course I do. This is not about.
This is why I love him.
It's about politics and perception.
You're probably right. He has his.
This music's amazing.
You have yours.
I haven't lied to you yet.
Yet.
But my point is that we both have orders to follow.
I work for Fred.
Which means they will in time. Just right now.
Mate, this has been such a fucking journey.
CSS1. I have seen blood spilt my entire life. Shut up! I have spilt enough myself to know that the future, our future, cannot be built on violence.
You sound like a politician.
Oh, I'm just old.
Everyone makes mistakes eventually.
Words to live by. Promise to hold your temper.
I did.
Your optimism makes me feel young again.
Like I said, I've enjoyed every time these two had a scene together.
They are weak. Innes can no longer police the belt.
Then we had best do it first.
She cast the right vote. She saw the larger picture unfolding in that airlock, and she made the correct decision, difficult as it was.
Belters have to help each other.
A gift for you.
No one else will.
This fucking drink.
Listen up. This is your captain.
The music's so good. This is such a good edit. Honestly, this guy's amazing.
The place we go is
So damn epic.
This is no different.
Oh, that was so badass. Oh.
We are strong. We are sharp, and we don't feel fear.
I really enjoyed the Belters being part of this story.
This moment belongs to us.
Oh, getting chills, I gotta say. Beltalowda!
Will you do me a favor? I was sick and nigh to death. Hold on to this until I finish.
I knew he was gonna say that. Oh, when he said that, it was so sad. Fuck. Shit, boy. Oh, that really feels. Fuck. Oh, Ashford's little legend. I couldn't have asked for a better finale there with Ashford. Oh, mate, I'm so sad about Ashford. Fuck. Man going out like a boss. Man just showing how fearless a death was. Like, he's so accepted death, sang his song. Now, he sent his message. I don't know to who. I'm curious who he sent that message to. Things are going to go down next season. So I always think is that are they ever going to like reinvent the sort of like war between Mars and Earth, but with Mars's help and then Belters and then Earth. That it's like fuck, man. That's just World War big time. Like last time it was just sort of starting. Like there was doing some lot of proximity wars, fighting like over bits. But this is like this. Once this attack happened. So one thing I want to credit and I love about the Expanse. This was a thrilling ride of a season, but every plot point mattered, and that's what I love about the show. Like I was saying, like with Bobby's plot point, it was like what my problem is with a lot of more stories that do multiple storylines. They can't seem to cohesively use their plot points, or there's wasted plot lines, or they don't go anywhere. But with this season of Expanse, every plot point was important. Every plot point led to this ending. And I absolutely adore that. And then it's done set up already for the next season. Everything held weight. Everything was vital to the story. A lot of shows can't do that. And yet The Expanse nails it. This season was a joy to watch. I think what I really loved about it, it took all that big scaleness of The Expanse, what we've had for the first 3 seasons, and condensed it down to tribalism sort of standards. So we really got to see inside of it. Like, we know that Belters and Indians don't get along. We get a rough idea of what's going on, but when you put it to such a small scale, that small scale gives you the biggest scope. Seeing just how like the two groups just couldn't work out on that small planet gives you so much more realization of how bad this is on a bigger scale. And I think I like how they shrunk it down to the camps, to the bare bones, because it really gets you to know these factions to a more intimate level than we knew before, along with Mars, and like how we get to know, we see this sort of like ideology at the moment with like they've put all this work into Mars and now all these new planets are opened up and how quickly people have to abandon it and how corrupt Mars actually is. Whereas before I saw Mars as this like cohesive. In season 1, I saw Mars as a cohesive ant colony where they always working towards one goal, because that's the image it put across. But this season really showing you the sort of corruption and how bad it really is and how like they're not together. And I love that. I just think this season was the faction season. This season we did everything I wanted faction wise. Like the first 3 seasons, a lot of focus was obviously on Pro Molecule and Holden's crew, and then like the potential war outbreak. Whereas this season really got you to know the factions. Like, in the books, I would say, like, in the books you get to know a bit more about factions because they have them interact with the main crew a lot, whereas in the series they didn't. But it's not a big downside because it would have took up too much time and it would have took up a lot of screen time. But with this season, it really gave me that. Like, I know all the factions so much better than I did before. Like, don't get me wrong, I sort of knew the ideologies, but this season really went into philosophy and how they think and reasons they do how they act, and it's just that was fantastic. I loved everyone's character arc again. Holden's was fantastic. Naomi's son's plot point. So Naomi's son now is a scumbag really. He's working. The father already got his clutches into him, which is terrible. Ashford was a joy to watch every moment he was on screen. I love seeing the 2 different sides of the Belters, your terrorist, extremist, and then our normal Belters. And even then, how much conflict there is within the Belt. Like I said, a lot more about Mars this season. I absolutely enjoyed that. Earth, I love the politics of it. It was fun watching a campaign. Yeah, they never put it on the screen for too long, but they never put too little. They gave you just that man that I love. And Vassarala is such a fun character to watch. Vassarala and Bobby coming back together. We still now we've got this World War sort of scale problem, but we still got the fucking how the fuck happened to the Pro Molecule problem? Man, there's so much this series. This series put so many plot points and questions that it is answering them. But it's given us just enough of it keeps leaving just enough for us to want to know more about, to keep us addicted, and I love it. This show's honestly one of the god best damn shows I've watched in years. Like, it's good. It's fucking good. Like, this deserves so much love. I'm so glad you guys all campaigned to bring this show back, because I couldn't imagine it ending at season 3. I think season 4 was an absolute joy to watch. I would rate it as my second favourite season. I think season 3 is just my favourite, but that's because it had so much build up from season 1 and 2 that it just made season 3 perfectly paced. Whereas like this season, it didn't have to do the world building again because we already done that in season 1, but it was able to build up a whole new set. This season is going to make this. If this season didn't exist, I wouldn't see season 5 be as good. But because this season existed and it's got us attached to order, we just know a lot more. We've more invested about the actual factions, the character arcs people went through, the setup for the story and the war and that lot. If they just started with, say, the season just started with the end of this episode. Or say the conflict was about to happen with the asteroids. If they didn't do all the build up to that, it wouldn't have been as satisfying. So I'm glad this story, as I said, I'm glad it ramped down a little bit because you can't keep topping yourself. After season 3, when I had such perfect build up for the first 2 seasons, it'd be really hard just to top that straight off the bat. So I'm glad there was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to just ramp down a little bit, and then it's just ramp straight back up again after 1 season. That's just perfect writing, because they know they've done the world building. They don't need to do that again, but they can still build up a lot of stuff and add and just expand. And this, well, with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the action. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in Battlestar Galactica and in season 5, guys.